I'm John Hinkle, the senior pastor of First Presbyterian Church, and this is your Tuesday devotion. Joyce is preaching this Sunday, and so she'll do your Saturday morning preview of your Sunday morning sermon. But today you're with me, and I'm glad to be with you. As some of you know, this past Sunday I drove down to Georgia so that I could assist in the funeral of a dear friend of mine who was in my church in Georgia, a man named Richard Stieglitz. And Richard was just one of the finest human beings I had ever gotten to know. He wasn't a perfect man by any means, but he was just a gracious man. And so I count it as a great honor to have gone there. But I got to be honest with you, driving down to Georgia on Sunday and turning around and coming back on Monday, I'm not as young as I used to be. I got to be honest with you, when I got to the borough, I was pretty tired. And then I still had the men's Bible study to go to at 5:30. And well, I'm glad I was there, and I was glad to be with those men. But by the end of the night, I was exhausted. And I kind of woke up exhausted, not necessarily physically exhausted, but spiritually exhausted. I still got my morning walk in, but when I got into the office, I looked at my calendar and all the things that are going on in the church and outside the church. I'm thinking to myself, thank goodness Joyce is preaching this week, because I don't know when I would have time to get everything done. And on top of all of that, we're still dealing with COVID. I'm sure most of you read, as I read, that the mayor of Manchester, Tennessee, that he died of COVID. We have friends that we know who have tested positive for COVID. It's a real thing. It's still happening, and we still need to be careful. We need to wash our hands. We need to keep safe distances, and we need to wear masks when necessary. And to be honest with you, that wears me out. That tires me out. And I think too often in those moments when we're worn out, when we're tired, when we're exhausted, I think we try too much to rely on ourselves to get us through the day. We rely on our own kind of wit and wisdom. We rely on our own physical and spiritual strength. We rely just about with anyone and everyone, but the one we need to rely on the most, we kind of push aside, and that's Jesus. If you were with us last Sunday, or you watched us on YouTube, I talked about this Bible. It's my childhood Bible that I received from my parents in 1973, Christmas of 1973. I read from this Bible Sunday, and I want to read from this Bible again, and then I'll put it back in my office. But I want to read you a text from Matthew, and it's the 11th chapter. And just someone asked me, this is the Living Bible, so it's a paraphrase of the scriptures, but I want to read to you these words. Jesus said, "Everything that has been entrusted to me by my Father, only the Father knows the Son, and the Father is known only by the Son and by those whom the Son reveals. So come to me, and I will give you rest. All you who have worked hard beneath the heavy yoke, wear my yoke. It will fit you. And let me teach you, for I am gentle and humble, and you shall find rest for your souls. For I give you only light burdens. Come to me, all who are heavy burdened, and I will give you rest." In moments of stress and strain, in those hours when we feel like we've been pushed to our limits, in the midst of chaos and confusion, instead of us trying to figure out how do we get out of all of this, I encourage you just to stop and to pause and experience the grace and mercy of Jesus Christ once more. Lean into your faith. Literally, lean in to your faith, knowing that Jesus is with us, as we talked about. You know, Joyce is going to base her sermon on that great question in the Heidelberg Catechism. What is our only comfort in life and in death? And the summary of that answer is simply this: Jesus. Jesus is our only comfort. So I hope this week, when you two are tired, when you two are struggling, you would just pause, breathe in, breathe out, and feel the love of Jesus Christ once more. I hope you have a great day. I hope to see you soon. And if you need me, I'm a phone call away.